Hello everybody guys, my name is Ivan. Today guys, I just came here to tell you guys, teach you guys, um, because this is the video that I said I was gonna train you guys on how I really managed to kill these, survivor friends, aka known as a Swift. Um, Basically guys, there is some steps involved, and I did play and loop around things bad, but you see, the playing and looping around the things doesn't matter, okay? Well, I mean, it does matter, but at the same time, is that the main thing that you need to focus on? You see, you can be bad at looping and extremely bad at looping, and you're up against the survivor friends, but does that take away the purpose that you can still beat them? No. You see, you can be survivor friends. You don't have to be level 50, prestige 3, level 50, or level 5, and lose every single one of your matches, right? You can win against survivor friends, and this is the video to tell you guys how. And if you guys haven't seen this video already, I'll put the link in the description box down below. But yeah, so guys, so today I'm going to teach you guys how I managed to kill these guys. So, first thing, we loaded into the match, right? We found them right off the bat, and I found somebody, right? But, of course, I already knew that they were survivor friends, a Swift, because of the loadout, that they loaded out in. And I knew automatically that they were a survivor friends, or a Swift. Because, they had, the same characters, mainly, well, not the same characters, but the same names, right? You gotta really examine that when you're in the behind the scenes of who you're going up against. You need to examine that because that's going to help out your gameplay a lot, and you're going to know that they're going to be altruistic. And what I mean by altruistic, for you newcomers out there who have at least a few hundred hours in this game, or at least about as many hours as 500, I'm just going to tell you right now what altruism means. It basically means that a survivor, right, is altruistic, which means they're gonna go for greedy plays. Greedy plays like pallet throws, in your face, flashlight blinds, with their flashlights, rescue a survivor when you pick them up, in a pallet. As you can see here, I'm baiting that out because I know they're survivor friends. So in the end, right, if you have seen this video already, I let them bleed out because they were being way too altruistic, right? So if I were to pick them up, this Claudette, as you can see here, would have probably gotten the flashlight save. And as you can see, she threw down the pallet, but see, she was being altruistic. And I downed him again. They were all being too altruistic, that's why I won. But that's not it, okay? That's not the main thing why. You see, I got them all to a certain point, with me. Like, I basically kind of lured them all when I was baiting it out. And that's what you want to do against these kind of survivors, right? You want to kind of bait out the flashlight saves and all those cute little things, right? And if you do that, if you bait things out for newcomers, you're gonna do very well in your games. I can tell you that already. If you bait things out and you're going up against a Swift, like if you bait a flashlight save or you bait, vaults or anything like that, you're gonna become a very, very good, killer. Now, I was a huntress, right? I was a huntress, so of course I was going to do good here because I had hatchets, right? But I didn't really need to use my hatchets because they're so altruistic that all I had to do was bait it out and let the Dwight bleed out for the entire game. And then after he died, I was able to start hooking people, and then they got so altruistic that they wanted to save in front of my face, so I just camped the hooks and I grabbed the Claudette off and worried him, right? those are the kind of things I need to examine against survivors like this. If you go up against, let me give you an example real quick. So, let's say, right, you load up in the lobby. You've been playing this game for at least like 600 hours or 800. You load into a lobby, and you notice that there are 4 survivors, right? All the survivors in your lobby have the same character, and let's say their characters are um, Jakes. Full lobby of Jakes, all flashlights, same names, same add-ons and everything, perks, deliverance, all those perks that you guys should know. Um, Borrowed time, DS, Dead Hard, all those perks that you would expect with a Swift. And you load in, and you're like, oh no, these are our friends. These guys are the best in the game. Well, what am I gonna do? You know, there's always, um, I can tell you right now, if you do what I said earlier in the video, where I said, if you bait things out, you're gonna become a good survivor. If you memorize that, then you're pretty much gonna win against every single survivor with friends that you go up against. I am not even joking. The only times that you're really gonna lose against survive with friends is if you really um, make a certain play that isn't really necessary for that particular moment, but mainly you want to bait things out. Okay? With survivor friends, you always want to do that against bad survivors, but also good survivors at the same time. Um, you want to make sure you have that grip on them, that pressure. If you have enough pressure to pressure them, that's good enough already. Um, but I can tell you right now, um, that those are the best steps that I have for you, and you're gonna do well in your games. I promise you guys. Just purchase Dead by Daylight. Play for at least your homework, basically. Your homework is basically to, not really every day, but like every weekend. Your homework for the weekend is going to be at least playing Dead by Daylight Killer for at least 5 hours. At least 5 hours. That's it. I'm gonna change that to 3 hours. Sundays, try 4 hours. And if you do that every weekend, um, you're gonna be on the good list. So now I'm gonna go over a few more steps that I didn't go over before. So we've already went over baiting out things, um, and bad looping, and winning against survivor friends. Now we're gonna talk about really the perks that will help you also win against these beasts, these devils. That's what I like to call them. Trash bags. Um, the steps I'm going to go over now is um, let's see. Yeah, the perks. So what I typically like to use a lot, and you're probably going to see this a lot if you play Survivor also, is um, Hex Ruin, for one, Thanatophobia, which is what I have here, and Hex Ruin, um, and also Dead Man Switch, because what Dead Man Switch does is basically when um, when a survivor gets off of a gen, it gets blocked. And there's another perk similar to this perk, which is called Thrilling Tremors, and this is Ghostface's perk, which basically allows you to um, when you pick up a survivor from the ground, it allows you to, well, it blocks the gens for you, basically. Sorry, I didn't know what I was saying there. Yeah, it blocks the gens for you when you pick it up, and that's one of the perks that I mainly recommend you get with your hours in playing Dead by Daylight. Um, and yeah, so those were really the steps that I took. And remember, you're gonna win against Survivor friends. All right. You bait out the flashlights, bait out all those things, and just really take your time with them. No matter how long the match is, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, 10 minutes, 35 minutes, you're gonna win against these guys. No matter how long it takes you, if you have to slug, for God's sake, if you gotta slug a survivor, pressure all the other ones, you're gonna win that way. Slugging against a Swift is the best thing that you can do. And for example, here, right, this is how I got my 4K. And I'm going to go ahead and leave this to you guys. Orium. Yeah. It's a 3K, alright. Claudia's probably just hiding, waiting, just literally. Nope, that's a 4K. I knew she was going to do that. I knew she was going to do that. I freaking knew it. So, as you can tell what just happened there, basically the Claudette was greedy, and she went for the unhook, try to unhook it, but I was able to grab her off, and now I'm mocking you for any of you guys who watched that video yet. I was mocking her, saying, you know, don't be too altruistic, and yeah, I was hitting her on hook, and yeah. But it was fun. It was really fun. It's always fun going up against a Swift. And remember, guys, if a Swift at the end of a match, like crouches over and over and over in like right in your face and says, "Ah, you stupid killer," you know, or "Hey, you're such a bad killer. You would kill yourself," you know. All those things, don't worry about it. They're just trying to say that to make you feel bad and uninstall the game and all that stuff and make you feel really bad. But don't worry, guys. Just if you think about it too personally, you're gonna get angry. But don't get angry. This is just the game. Remember, it's a fun game. It's a fun game, and it's also kind of an aggravating game. But you have to love this game. You have to love it. You know, a lot of effort and work goes into putting things into this game. It's very good, and I'm doing my outro right now. Y'all don't need to really hear that, but anyways, those are my tips. I hope you guys really enjoyed. Remember, you're always gonna win against Survivor friends. You're always going to. I believe you guys. It's very simple. Well, it's not that simple, but I guarantee you, if you do what I said before, baiting out things, waiting things out a lot, no matter if you have to let a guy bleed out on the floor, for God's sake, that's alright. But I'm gonna go ahead and end this here, guys. If you guys enjoyed, make sure you guys please hit the subscribe button and the like button and the post notification bell so you guys will get notified in the next video. Well, whenever I upload videos, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.